And I want it now. Hi everybody, thank you very much for joining your old mate, Beetle Dave. I hope you're well and dandy out there, whatever you're doing. Right, today we're going to do something slightly different. So I've got to stress this now. This is not a Beatles video. No, we're doing something that I got in the post a few weeks ago, and it is a small collection of Queen CDs. The reason I got these was, as some of you might know if you're a regular to the channel, I got the Queen Innuendo album a few months ago, and that made me start to look through my Queen LP collection. And I realised there's a few albums that I didn't get, especially one. And this one album to get on vinyl now is quite expensive, even like for a reissue. So then I saw these CDs. So it's a job lot of CDs. I'm going to open these, then we're going to look through them together, if that's okay. So just bear with 1 second while I open this, because you're not going to want to watch an old bloke open this. So just bear with 1 second. I'll just pause the video while I open it. Hi everybody, welcome back. Well, I've opened the box. It's got had all like bubble wrap and everything in it. I've had to like cover my name up on there. Yeah, so it was very, very well packaged. So this is a collection of, how many we've got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 Queen or Queen related CDs in this. Now, when I was growing up, Queen were always on the radio and was always on top of the pops and things like that. And then they did a tour of South Africa and people wouldn't play the records and stuff. But then when they did Live Aid, that like restarted all of the interest into the back catalogue and to the newer stuff that they was doing. You can hear some barking, by the way. Bailey's playing in the garden. So yeah, so the you know, I've always been a fan of Queen. I'm not a massive fan, but I do have quite a few of the records. I've got Queen 1, Queen 2, A Night at the Opera, Day at the Races, The Works. I think I've got Live Magic and things like that. So I've got, quite a few of the LPs and a few of the singles and things like that. Now, after listening to Innuendo, I thought I wouldn't mind the Miracle album. But looking on certain internet selling sites, they're usually going for about £40 odd. That's for, a brand new reissue. For an original, they can be actually more. And then the ones that were quite, a bit cheaper, looking at them, they weren't in that good a condition. So I thought, well, let's look at CDs. So I looked at CDs and I saw this job lot. So basically, I bought this job lot just for one CD. Now, the job lot for selling 6 CDs, I thought was quite a bargain. I think it came to £10. And I think it was something like £1.20 postage and packaging on it. So, it's less than £2 a disc, isn't it? Now, I know you can go to charity shops and get some CDs for 10, for pennies sometimes, or £1 or 50p or £2. But I did get the Miracle. And this has got some bonus tracks on. It's got Hang On in there, Chinese Torture, and then the Invisible Man 12-inch version. So that is the track listing. I mean, these dual cases do look a bit dated now, don't they, to be honest? I think the way CDs are packed now, and like digipacks or whatever you call them, is a lot better. So the disc itself is in really, really nice condition. Of course, in the UK, there was on EMI or Parlophone. The later ones was on Parlophone, but the early albums were all on EMI. Yes and no, Parlophone was part of EMI. In America, I think you got them on Hollywood Records, didn't you? And was it Eureka Records as well? So you do get a little booklet with it. Great cover, isn't it? That? And you get a lovely photo there. That is the track listing, by the way, if you want to freeze and then zoom in. And you get the words to the songs with this as well, I think. Yeah, you get the words to the songs. So, all in all, for a temporary measure till I can find a decent vinyl copy, I'm quite happy listening to this. And I've played it a few times and it does sound really, really good on my Philips CD player. So that one was okay, you know, really happy to get that. Then there was this one, the Freddie Mercury album, or some people call it the Freddie Mercury Memorial album. So this is obviously after Freddie had died. This is like some of the songs he released as a solo artist. So you get the Great Pretender, Fooling Around, Time, Your Kind of Lover, Exercises in Free Love, In My Defense, Mr. Bad Guy, Let's Turn It On, Living on My Own, Love Kills, and Barcelona. Barcelona, Barcelona. If you ever see any clips of Freddie Mercury when he's talking, he's got quite sort of like a strange voice. You know, when you hear him singing and he can get all the high notes, and I mean, he could sing opera, he could sing rock, he could sing disco, he could sing pop, he could sing anything, couldn't he? When you hear him speak, it's hard to imagine that that voice is the same voice. To get this on a vinyl LP, an original LP, is quite expensive now, because obviously this came out in the early 90s when a lot of people weren't buying records anymore. There was buying these newfangled CD things, including me. So, you know, that is like a best of the solo years of Freddie Mercury. It's a disc. It'll be hard to show you because it's a shiny silver disc. So again, I'm very, very happy to have. I'm happy to have all of these, to be honest. And for what I paid for them, I think I've actually got a bargain. Then there was this one. This is Made in Heaven. Now, this is the album that came out after Freddie had died, after Freddie Mercury died, and it was basically the rest of the band put in instruments and stuff to some of the songs that hadn't been completely finished. But there's some nice songs on here. It begins with "It's a Beautiful Day," "Made in Heaven," "Let Me Live," "Mother Love," "My Life Has Been Saved," "I Was Born to Love You," "Heaven for Everyone," "Too Much Love Will Kill You," "You Don't Fool Me," "A Winter's Tale," and "It's a Beautiful Day" reprised. So some of these songs, I think, were originally destined for solo albums, and I think a few of them were actually released as solo band members' projects, and then they've like redone them as Queen songs. And that is actually Statue of Freddie. I mean, CDs, you either like them or you don't. There was a time, quite recently, to be honest, where I hardly ever used to play CDs. Oh, you can see everything on that wall there. Look there. Yes, and again, to get this on an LP, on an LP record, is quite expensive. And listening to it, it's a lovely album, and it does just sound like it was always meant to be a Queen album. Then we've got this one, Queen Rocks, and I'm not sure if this one ever came out on vinyl or not at the time. I think it might have been reissued on vinyl, you know, recently, but I think when this came out, you could only get it on CD. So it's basically the classic rock songs that Queen released. So you've got "We Will Rock You," "Tie Your Mother Down," "I Want It All," "Seven Seas of Rye," "I Can't Live Without You," "Hammer to Fall," "Stone Cold Crazy," "Now I'm Here," "Fat Bottom Girls," "Keep Yourself Alive," "Tear It Up," "One Vision," "Sheer Heart Attack," "I'm in Love with My Car," "Put Out the Fire," "Headlong," "It's Late," and "No One But You." Now, "No One But You" was recorded by the three surviving members of Queen, i.e. Brian May, Roger Taylor and John Deacon. Fabulous label though, that, isn't it? So let's just have a look in the little booklet. I will try and make this as quick as I can. There's only a couple more to do anyway. So that is the booklet. That is the track listing if you want to freeze it and then zoom in. Leave that there for a second. And again, you do get the words to the songs and the little booklet. Not many photos in here then. In fact, there's no photos in here. Yeah, No One But You is just the 3 surviving members. And this is a fantastic CD to play if you're going on a long car journey as well. And I can guarantee if you know Queen, you'll be singing your head off to most of them. Then there's this one. I can't remember what this one is. Too Much Love Will Kill You, which is on that Made in Heaven one, but this is Brian May's solo version. So it's Too Much Love Will Kill You, then it's I'm Scared, and then it's Too Much Love Will Kill You guitar version, and then Driven by You. Fantastic guitarist, Brian May. If you don't know about Brian May, they got the sound of the guitars because him and his dad actually built their own guitar when he was a teenager, and it's virtually been on every Queen track ever recorded. Virtually every. I wouldn't say every single one, but yeah. Very clever bloke, actually. In fact, all the members of Queen have got degrees and stuff. And then there's this one. This is Queen Forever. I'd never heard of this. And this is actually still sealed. And it says a collection of 20 timeless love songs featuring the brand new song There Must Be More. There must be more to life than this with Michael Jackson. And Let Me In Your Heart Again. And Love Kills. So I don't know. I've learned something there. I didn't know that Queen had ever done a song with Michael Jackson. So what's on it? Let me in your heart again. Love Kills. There's more to life than this. That's Queen and Michael Jackson. It's a Hard Life. You're My Best Friend. Fantastic song. Love of My Life. Again, they used to do that live with just Freddie singing in Brian May on an acoustic guitar. Drowse. Long Away. Lily of the Valley. Don't Try So Hard. These Are the Days of Our Lives. I love that song, but it always brings a tear to me eye and a lump in my throat. Las Palmas del Amor. Who Wants to Live Forever? A Winter's Tale. Play the Game. Save Me. Somebody to Love. Too Much Love Will Kill You, and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. I'm trying to do it like that so that you can see the song titles, and that is the hype sticker there. Look. So for £10, I don't think that was bad. Again, I don't know if you can get that on LP record or not. Not sure if you can. I think I have seen that on a certain selling site as an LP record, but it was very, very expensive. I think you can get that on an LP record. That is virtually impossible to find an original copy of that. And if you do find one, you'd probably be paying quite a lot of money for it. And then there's this one, which I've got to try and find on vinyl, just to add to my collection. So yeah, for £10, nothing really, is it, folks? Nothing. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Just something a little bit different from Beatle Dave. As always, whatever you're doing, please stay safe. If you've got any of these CDs, by the way, or you've got some of these and you know that they are on, what can I put? If you've got some of these CDs, but you've also got them on LP record, or you've just got them on an LP record, please leave comments and tell me what they sound like. After I bought that one, by the way, somebody did say that that's a reissue, which I knew it was a reissue because it's on coloured vinyl, and that some of the songs have been edited. Now, to me, that doesn't make any difference because it doesn't spoil the enjoyment of that record. So, it's whatever people want, isn't it? Yeah, but £10. Would you have paid £10 for those? Some of you would, some of you might not have. I just think it's nice to, have albums that I hadn't got on vinyl, but now I've got them on CD. See, a lot of people will class these as part of the collection, wouldn't they? Like I do now. I class the CDs as part of my whole collection. Um. So yeah, Queen rocks. Yeah, there's some nice songs on all of those, isn't there, as well? Well, if you like Queen, obviously. So that's going to be it. Like I've said, whatever you're doing, please stay safe. Thank you to everybody once again for supporting the channel, hitting that hype button, leaving me likes, leaving me comments. I, I do appreciate everything that everybody does for the channel. Um, I love you all. I've got some fantastic followers. And that's going to be about it. Whatever you're doing is always stay safe. Remember, you are the beat of Beatle Dave. Without you, there wouldn't be a channel. And I love you all. Love and peace to all of you. And as my old mate Beatle Brad says, I'm out of here. Cheers, everyone.